So long we have been talking about the plants and what are the different parts of a plant, that is your root, your shoot, your leaves, flowers, buds, etc. Now moving on to our topic is how plants survive. So we as humans depend on plants for our food, shelter, clothing, etc. and animals depend on plants for their food and survival. So now we are going to see how plants survive. So the earth has a variety of plants. So whichever side you see, you turn, you see different kinds of plants, small, big, medium, different types, sizes and shapes and structure of the plant. So the earth has a variety of plants and they are found all over the place, from your garden at home to the rainforest or to the jungles or to the forests. So from the garden to the rainforest, from the lakes or ponds to the desert. So whichever side, whichever part of the world we go to, we find different kinds of plants. Even in the deep oceans, you find plants. In your lakes, your ponds, even the desert where water is very scarce, you find certain plants that are adapted to the life in a desert. Therefore, plants develop special features in order to survive in different places. So, according to the environment, plants develop or plants adapt themselves, and to adapt they require certain special features. So, therefore, plants develop special features in order to survive in different places. The special features that allow an organism to survive in a particular area are called adaptation. So this is known as adaptation. The special features that allow an organism to survive in a particular area are called adaptations. So adaptations in plants. All living things adapt to their environment in order to survive. So, and whether any organism, let it be humans, animals or plants, they adapt themselves according to the environment in order for them to survive. The natural home of a plant or an animal is called habitat. So, the natural home of a plant or an animal is called habitat. Plants can be divided into two major groups based on the type of habitat. So based on the type of habitat, a plant can be classified into two major groups, that is your terrestrial and your aquatic. So your terrestrial and your aquatic. So the special features that allow an organism to survive in a particular area or place are called adaptation, and the natural home of a plant or an animal is called habitat. And based on its habitat, a plant can be classified into two major groups, that is, one is your terrestrial and the next is your aquatic. So moving on to the terrestrial plants. Plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. So based on their habitat, the plant can be divided into two major groups. One is your terrestrial plants and the next is your aquatic plants. Now when we are talking about terrestrial plants, plants that live on land are called, plants that live or grow on land are called terrestrial plants. They can be found in various geographical regions. So terrestrial plants can be found in various geographical regions. So we have the terrestrial plants and plants that live on land. So that there are plants that live on plains, on mountains, in deserts, in swamps and in coastal areas. So the terrestrial plants are further classified into plants that live in plains, in mountains, in deserts, in swamps and in coastal areas. So again, the natural home of a plant or an animal is called its habitat, and based on its habitat, a plant is divided into two major groups, that is your terrestrial and your aquatic. Now talking about terrestrial plants are plants that grow on land, and they can be found in any or in various geographical regions. Terrestrial plants are further classified into terrestrial plants that live in plains, in mountains, in deserts, in swamps and in coastal areas.